The director of Shaun of the Dead and Scott Pilgrim vs. the World take us on a psychological horror trip in Last Night in Soho.
So what do you do, Sandy?
Well, I sing, of course.
How's your dancing?
Care for a demonstration?
Logical. It is Halloween weekend. What better time to explore psychological dramas, murder mysteries, maybe a little bit of, I don't know, supernatural stuff.
Yeah.
It's all here, Andrew. It's all here. Last Night in Soho from Edgar Wright, of course, is a wonderful film. I really, really enjoyed this film. I'll get that out of the way out front. It is the story of a young girl from England who leaves her hometown to take on the big city of London. She's a curious girl. She has a very sheltered life. She escapes in her own fantasy world of pop music of the 1960s, and she goes to London and discovers life is not exactly how she imagined it, either modern day or how it was back then with the music that she loved. And from there, in her dream, she meets another unique woman, and from there, the mystery gets even more here as we find out, was there murders? Has there been murders? What is going on here? Well, the good thing about Edgar Wright is he's a talented director, and he'll take you all the way to the very last frame of this film, asking those questions, and I loved every bit of it, Andrew.
Yeah, this is a very niche film, as opposed to some of what Edgar Wright has done before, like Baby Driver, his last movie in 2017. And so I think this is going to divide audiences, but I think you probably like this a little bit more than I did, but I'm still very much on board. I really love the performances, specifically Thomasin McKenzie and Anya Taylor-Joy, who just continues to impress me. And Diana Rigg in her last performance, she goes out in style, I guess you could say. But yeah, I was intrigued by the mystery of this. Some of it felt a little bit heavy-handed, some of the dialogue a little bit clunky, and some of the characters and red herrings that you might find in this, I felt maybe didn't need to be included in there. But overall, I was impressed. And
Okay, well, this is where we differ. You say red herrings. I say brilliant misdirection from a talented artist here. This movie could go in a number of ways, and starts off, even the touch of Mean Girls is in there.
Sure.
And we bypass that. We head to something else. And I think there's a definite end to this, and I think all the clues lead to it. I think there's room to interpretation for that. But, as I said, to every last frame of this film, from the wonderful music, which once again, Edgar Wright does this great job of utilizing music to help tell his story, to the cinematography, to just the weird atmosphere he creates in this one. It is a little long. He's a talented person, and he's taken himself a little more time to tell the story than he would normally for this one, so that kind of counts a little bit against it. So for me, it's a 4 out of 5 star film for this
4 out of 5, 3.5 out of 5 for me. That I think that this is a very solid film. I think that that longtime Edgar Wright fans will enjoy this, even though it's not. It's way more of a psychological horror film than it is a comedy. There's just a little bit of comedy thrown in there, but I appreciate him going out of his comfort zone, and I think even though it's messy, it's pretty impressive.
Well, not so messy if you know what's going on, Andrew, so hope you enjoyed it.
To see all that's going on in St. Joseph, check out St. Joe Live every Thursday in the St. Joseph News Press or anytime at newspressnow.com.
You can catch me coming soon at the Friends Front Row Film Series at the East Hills Library Theater.
And you can catch Justin, Peacock, and I next week as we check out Marvel's Eternals. Until then, we'll be live at the movies. See you later.
See ya.